Welcome back to Learning Matters. I'm Doug Wooldridge, your host, and today we're going to do things a little bit differently. This week, our leadership folks for our service delivery team are meeting up in Kansas City to go over some of the organizational changes now that ttcInnovations is fully employee-based as opposed to contractors and consultants. So, let's get to the airport. What's been your favorite part of the meetup so far this week?
So one of the things that I really love when we get together is just how are we evolving over time to get better and to bring more to our clients. And so when we have this opportunity to really share the knowledge and experience that we bring together as a group, we can see that future, we begin to see the future state and how we continue to adjust to industry standards changing and how our clients are asking us to show up for them.
Oh, definitely just getting the in-person face-to-face time. There's nothing beats it.
Getting to meet with my team. It's so fun for face-to-face connections, and my gosh, do we accomplish a lot when we're together.
Oh, getting to know everybody without a doubt. First time seeing him in person. It's great.
It's just been like being together has been great. Like, as a remote organization, we never really get the chance to connect, person to person. So, honestly, there's just something really genuinely enjoyable about being able to sit together, eat meals together and laugh together. Just kind of building that chemistry has been just really genuinely enjoyable.
What's your coffee order?
Oh, I'm black coffee, so Starbucks, anything. I'm not too choosy about the place. It can be from the Keurig or from Starbucks, but it's straight black coffee.
Depends on the day. The last 3 days, it has been a white chocolate mocha.
Ooh.
Oh, plain black Americano if they have it.
Boom.
Coffee order is typically a latte, no sugar because I use stevia.
Oh, sadly, I gave up coffee about 18 months ago. I do miss it, and I don't know if I'll stick through it through fall and winter. That's where I'm currently at with coffee.
Salty or sweet?
So, salty and sweet. I love the combo, but I'd have to choose sweet if you made me choose.
All right.
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Salty.
Why does learning matter to you?
Learning matters to me. Why does learning matter to me? I think implied within that is an underlying understanding of what it means to be human, and that we as human beings have a desire to grow, to not be stagnant, to not be still in one place, but to be improving and moving in movement towards a better future. And I think learning matters because it is the delta between the current state and an improved state. And so, to be a part of an organization where we can build the materials that create the fuel for those experiences is a powerful thing.
We can't improve unless we continue to learn. Sometimes that means learning from each other. Sometimes that means formal learning. Sometimes that means the School of Hard Knocks learning. I'm all about all of it.
I have still to this day never separated from the fact that what I'm doing has a direct impact at an individual level. I still think about way back to the beginning of my career when I was first facilitating and doing instructional design, and I saw people getting hired into their very first corporate jobs and the impact that was going to make on their life and how it was going to change their life. And so I never really separate from the fact that everything that we do is actually impacting people's lives on a daily basis.
Because learning allows people to change and grow. It's an evolution. It's how people become different over time, and it's a way that we can support that growth.
I love it.
Learning matters to me because it is the journey that we all are on in our lifetime. It doesn't start and stop at certain stages. It's just this constant. And so how do we continue to help people be curious when the world is overloading them with everything else, hitting them at one time? because it's really beneficial to them, either whether it's from their personal life and they're taking care of their kids, or it's growing their career in their business world. That need to stay curious and for us to help them be in that curious mode is what learning matters to me.
Night mode or day mode for your apps?
Day mode, definitely.
I didn't even know what that was, but I have now discovered that I am in day mode, and that seems in point with me or online with me and my personality.
Day mode.
Night mode. I can't see anymore.
What changes or strategies are you most excited about implementing with your team?
That's a really great one. There's so much, as I'm sure you saw this week, that we have to tackle that we're really excited about. I think I'm most excited right now to really continue to develop out what some of our more leadership roles and idea are going to look like, and taking a look at where everyone on my team is at, finding out what they're interested in doing, and should they have the desire to kind of start taking on some of those, front and center leadership roles with our clients and being those client-facing type things and providing coaching and development for other IDs. I'm so excited to help them get there.
Really excited to work smarter, not harder. We've experienced a lot of change recently, so really excited to kind of bring that all together and implement what makes sense. Test and burn is our new philosophy here at TTC.
The biggest thing, and it's a work in progress all the time, is just continuing that journey on how do we really understand our clients, really feel what their pain points are, where are they going, and what do they want to achieve. And that takes time and relationship building. That doesn't happen in one call or two calls. And so one of the things that I challenge my team with consistently is, how do we do it better? How do we get to that really deep feeling of, I'm concerned, I'm worried, I'm fearful, and that we can help them get past that.
What is something unique that you've put in recently to really engage learners in a training program?
We've recently had the opportunity to work with the University of Minnesota in the public health industry or area. We've recently actually been able to work with the public health department with the University of Minnesota, and had opportunity to work on a few game-like environments where we were trying to help public health students, show them what is a career in public health like. And to do that, we didn't want to just kind of give them information or bullet points, but just created a game called Outbreak at Water's Edge, which is a little click and discover game where the learner is trying to solve a mystery of, what was the origin of this local outbreak in a small town. And so it's playful. It's they have to kind of read through some interviews and try to trace what was the location of where people were that might have been the origin of where this breakout came from. And so I think there's water testing, things like that. So it's just a fun way to introduce these public health students into potential career opportunities and what it's like day in the life for a public health employee.
What is the most unique thing that you put into training to engage learners?
Wow. Nothing is jumping out at me, but here's my answer. My answer is, I feel like in the past, post-COVID, in a post-COVID world, I have been trying to get really creative with what a blended learning solution can look like, right? So we know we've always got these elements of virtual instruction, and we know we have these levers that we can pull with video and self-paced options like e-learning. And so really kind of like expanding the learning moment into just kind of these one-time events, but like, what does a holistic journey look like so that it does feel somewhat unique to the learner as they're kind of in each of these moments together.
Are there any new or exciting tools that your team is using to be innovative in learning and development?
Well, I have been, kicking the tires on a lot of different AI software. I have been kicking the tires on a lot of different AI products and tools. So recently I've used 11 Labs is one for voice generation, where projects that have a lot of different characters, a lot of different character voices that we wanted to include in a high quality way, but we didn't have the time or the budget to really go and find voice actors for every little 2-sentence dialogue. Quickly I could do speech-to-speech audio using my voice and then pick out a completely different character, old, young, male, female, to match up with the story that we were telling in the learning experience. That's just one example that's very practical and very usable. I have been playing with things like Midjourney and other tools. Those are still kind of more experimental and for different design needs, but kind of on the horizon of potentially helpful.
I'm super excited about all the AI stuff that's coming out in Articulate, right? All of the AI stuff that's coming out, Rise and Storyline's it's pretty exciting to me.
Are you afraid, excited, or indifferent to AI?
Yeah.
I am curious. I'm curious about AI. I would also say I am all of those things, but I think I want to use the word I'm curious about it.
What is your approach when leading a team?
Oh, people first. It's got to be about the people first, and then the achievements that you need to make. People and outcomes.
What have you learned in your first 6 weeks here at TTC that has surprised you the most?
I think just the amount of history and how well that history plays into how interconnected all of our departments are. It's like there's a legacy and there's a rebirth happening at the same time. And I think the ways in which I've seen that happen around the staff has been the most surprising and kind of joyful.
Resourcing is all about managing relationships. So what is your approach to fostering and nurturing relationships with folks?
Connections matter. People matter. We can't do what we do without the support of our people. So what's most important to me is making connections on a daily basis.
How do you put the pieces together to match team members with client requests?
The game of Tetris. It's a fun one. Obviously, we want to be able to match the right talent with the client request. Sometimes that means we dig in a little bit more with the client to really dial in what it is that they're looking for. Sometimes we get those questions that come from our employees. Hey, what exactly is it that the client's looking for? So it's a two-way dialogue, and obviously tools, preferences, passions, previous work matter.
What's your elevator pitch to a new client?
That really changes. I've got one, but it kind of changes based on who I'm talking to. But here's what I would tell you about TTC Innovations. TTC is a custom learning and design firm. We focus on performance outcomes, not the training as a single event, but what is the client trying to achieve in the short term and over the long term. The other big difference is really understanding the client's culture and how does that wrap around what we're trying to get out of performance from their employees. That's the difference. It's the relationship that we create with our clients and the ongoing belief that in the length of the partnership and the growth of the partnership, we both achieve more.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, The Buzz, to keep up with all things learning and development. See you next time.